alignment and
Fun
how
topic.
do we stay aligned in all of this stuff that's going on? Because there's so much happening to each and every one of us, even though we might not be feeling it. We know we just talked, we've talked about energy and how it affects you. So even though you may think that you're going along and everything's going the way it normally, whatever normal is anymore, it is, right? But we're still being affected by that, and it's easy. I'm finding for myself even, and I stay pretty aligned, that something can hit me and send me off into an out of alignment place.
Yep.
We talked about grounding yourself back in and all that, but
Yep.
no matter what's going on.
So I find for myself that I do get bounced out of alignment, like with my inner true knowing, with my inner true self and what I know to be authentic for myself. I do get bounced out of that on occasion, but I'm finding it easier and quicker to come back. The more often I stay authentic and true, the easier it is to stay there.
So you would say it's just, having
Practice.
techniques to bring you back
Yep.
to that space.
Yep.
But I find too that if I practice the techniques, it brings me back quicker.
Yes.
I also find talking, like just even us talking like this, helps me. It's everybody's energy, even though it's through the computer. I think people don't understand that, is that energy it's everywhere, and you don't have to be in person with somebody to get that energy. Like I can do an online healing from a distance because it's just all thought. It's energy, right? That's being produced out. And so just like us talking like this helps me restore back to self again. So it's finding, I think, the techniques that work for you. I think it goes back to, remember when you say, oh, pick up the phone and call a friend. There's a reason why we do that.
Yeah.
Because it's their energy that lifts us up.
It is. And it helps you process what did happen.
Yes.
And realize that, okay, that maybe isn't how I really feel. That's not my authentic self. That doesn't bring me more into alignment. And the talking back and forth helps you recognize and process what's going on so that you can then move back into your authentic self and stay on the path.
Oh, I totally agree. Because we're not in this to do it alone.
No, and I don't think you can ignore it. Like we all get into those situations and there's really strong emotions around certain interactions or certain events, right? And you can't ignore that, even though it pulled you out of alignment. It triggered that going out of alignment triggered you somehow, right? That event triggered you to go out of alignment. So there's something there to be explored. And if you just push it down, it's going to be harder and harder to come back into your authentic self versus, okay, let's acknowledge it. Let's deal with it, talk about it, process it, whatever tools you need so that you can then come back into yourself. And I think the next time that situation won't trigger you nearly as quickly or as severely.
Well, I think that's that place of, we know that we're always experiencing emotions because it's helping us learn from them. So like all emotions are good. It's how long we stay in them. But if we experience a discomfort, that discomfort is there to show us something. It's what can we look at it? Can we examine it and go, okay, so that happened, and how's it making me feel? What do I need to shift? If you go back to Ho'oponopono, what he healed the whole prison, right? With his just healing himself. So we know that if we do the inward work, no matter what's happening out here, it's shifting because we're doing our inward work.
Yes.
And I think that when I forget this, that if something's going on in my world, if I can go and reflect inward and go, what do I need to shift within me? Everything shifts out here.
Absolutely. I used to approach my kids that way when they were little. When kids act out, I'm like, okay, I see that they're doing that thing, and that thing always drives me crazy. Okay, I can't change somebody else. right? I can't change somebody else. That doesn't work. That's control freak stuff. But I can change me. I can change how I look at it. I can change how I respond to it. I can change how I think about it. And that makes a huge difference. All of a sudden, the kids stop being that way or doing that because honestly, I stopped playing into it or triggering it or even acknowledging it sometimes because
Yeah.
you can't change other people.
Yeah, I think that's like a whole nother podcast or a whole nother chat. I mean, we could talk about kids and stuff and how to, help them move through this time as well.
Oh, because they are moving through it at the same pace that we are. They just do not have the tools.
Right, and we need to have the tools. It's no different than, the women that'll come to me and say, I need you to see my child. And I say, well, let me see you first.
Yeah.
Because everything that they're doing is how the child is reacting. So we as parents need to take on the responsibility of healing ourselves.
Well, if just from a model the good behavior, model the tools, model the result.
Yeah.
Right? Be the example you want to see.
Right. It's no different than when I say, be the peace you wish to see in the world.
Yeah.
Because it starts with you.
For sure.
It doesn't start anywhere but out, within you. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world.
Yep. Yep.
So,
I do the same thing with clients. If they want to bring a little one in, I'm like, okay, we need to work mom first.
Right. Because it starts there.
Yeah.
Now, we learned from our parents, and that's what I see. Again, if you look at the subconscious mind, everything starts before the age of 7 when the filter went down over the subconscious mind. So we're working out of those little boys, those little girls, and it's bringing them, into a safe place so that they can experience life the way they're supposed to as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, totally. So alignment, going back to doing the self-work.
Yeah, it's really important.
And I think it's just quicker for you to go back into alignment when you've done the work. Because now you're not all out in all those thoughts and all those feelings that you don't know how to take control of. So it's really taking back control and being able to be in control of your emotions, your feelings, all of that.
Mm-hmm. And I will caveat that by saying, if you have a lot of pathogens, right? Virus, bacteria, parasites, fungus. If you have a lot of that in your body, your emotions will feel out of your control because all of your neurotransmitters that create those emotions in the brain are made in your gut. And if your gut is all wackadoodle, your brain is going to be all wackadoodle, right? So it does come back to the physical part too. We need to do the emotion work. We need to do the energetic work, but you have to take care of that physical body because that's our ride, right? That's our car that we're driving on this path of ascension. And if we don't take care of our vehicle, we're not going to get there. We're going to break down.
Well, and I think I find that too, with some of my clients that are experiencing anxiousness. We do the work and they still have some anxiety. Well, I would say that goes back then to the physical and that they need to take care of what's going on. Like you said, the pathogens that are driving some of that. So there is a combination of, body, mind, spirit, right? It's all three. They all have to be in balance.
Yep.
And I think that's what we're working on, in both of our practices is to create that balance within the spiritual body.
Yeah, that's my ultimate goal is for them to feel peace within their own body.
So is mine, right?
Yeah. We just approach it from different areas, and we use each other's tools a lot, which I think is fantastic. It just validates that what we are doing is correct. If different approaches using the same tools are so effective,
right?
That's fantastic.
I know. And I love frequency. You know that.
I know. And I run frequency a lot on my machines. They're so fun. And I find that people with a lot of fungal issues are always overwhelmed.
Yeah, I would agree.
I find that people with parasite issues tend to be angry. I find, or they grind their teeth, right? They're frustrated. Frustrated is a better word maybe than angry. They're frustrated. Yep. So each pathogen has its own emotion that comes along with it. And it's crazy cool how the two always correlate.
Right. Yeah. No. And I think if we look at our body as not separate from all these things, but all a part of it,
Yeah.
and take those parts and work on each one of those parts, that's how we, bring it all together, and it moves like a cog. And
Yeah.
it actually, we're oiling that cog to be
Yep.
able to make it run smoothly. So life doesn't have to be difficult. No matter
Right.
what we're faced with, we can move through it. And we were
Right.
meant to do that. We
Right.
were not meant to struggle.
No. So coming back to the alignment topic, when your body is so struggling with pathogens and emotions, how would you expect yourself to move into alignment?
Right?
Because those things are always constantly moving you out of alignment. They're keeping you in a state of turmoil.
Would you say it's like not putting oil in the car?
Yeah. So if you don't take care of those, your chances of staying in alignment are pretty slim and will be really hard. They'll be a struggle. So let's make it easy. Let's find the ease and the joy and the fun in all of this.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's what we're here to do, is to teach you how to be able to
Yeah.
have some fun with it.
Yeah.
As we're moving through some of this stuff, we'll come up with some stuff to help you. Actually, you have the toolbox, right?
Yes, the Ascension Toolbox. I'm so excited to record that coming up.
So that'll be coming up as I am, you know, stepping into that space of using frequency to change your DNA with harmony of
Yeah.
music.
Yes.
Melissa's got it on her end of changing frequency and, her homeopathic remedies and things like that. So you got lots of tools. So
Right.
it's going to be fun as
Right.
we
This is
continue.
the best time ever to be alive, I think. I really do.
Right.
It
Yeah.
is the most exciting. This is the time where we have the most potential. That's
Yeah.
what it feels like to me. When my guides and guardians are talking to me, this is the time, like, we've been waiting eons to be here.
Right.
And this is the time where in history we've never had this much potential for greatness. And it's so exciting to be here.
Well, and I'm hearing too that right now is the time to do the work, to
Yeah.
be able to create what you want to see in the future. So right now, we are really creating our pathway to greatness.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what is it that you need to do right now to help yourself?
Right.
How do you need to help yourself move through this? Even though we're in a period of, you know, distancing and self-containment, it
What a
doesn't.
perfect time to do your personal work.
Right. It's like never been a better time to do that. And when we're both available for that, we
Yep.
not this is not stopping us.
No, not at all.
We're on a roll, and we're here to help humanity shift.
Yeah.
So getting into alignment helps you with that shift.
Right. I think one of our next shows, we should talk about how being in alignment helps you manifest faster.
Yes.
I think that's a super fun topic.
That's a fun topic. I like that. If you guys want to hear more about that, put it in the comments.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah. So if anybody has other suggestions on topics that they would like to discuss or hear about or learn about or get some resources on how to handle, just put them down in the comments.
Yeah.
You guys are where we get our inspiration. So if there's something that you're all handling or dealing with, let's work on it together. Tell us what it is.
About it. We love to talk.
No. That's awesome.
Right.
All right. Well, I think we're probably going to wrap it up for today, but I hope you guys join us again next time on Sovereign Alignment.
See you soon.